serve at a beach barbecue, the answer's gotta be hamburgers. But I'm not talking about some weird flavor hamburgers, I'm talking about the classics, but with great ingredients so the volume's turned up. I'm starting with 2 pounds of ground beef. Not just any ground beef, I use Niman Ranch ground beef. To make them really moist, and nobody wants a dry hamburger, I'm gonna put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil. You won't believe what a difference this makes. To make them really flavorful, I'm gonna do a tablespoon of mustard. That's about a tablespoon. Fantastic. Teaspoon each of salt and pepper. And then the key to this is using a fork. You don't want to compact it at all, you want it to be light. So just mix it together with a fork, keep it light. Niman Ranch cows are actually grown on grass rather than corn, and they have so much flavor, they're just delicious. So 2 pounds will make about 6 hamburgers. And it'll be so good on the grill at the beach. So just roll it around, about 1/3 of a pound per hamburger. Roll it around carefully, but don't compact it. That's one. After I've made the hamburgers, I'm gonna chill them. And while they chill, I'm gonna make caramelized onions to put on top. And then I'm gonna get the clams ready, and then it's off to the beach. My butcher actually carries Niman Ranch beef, and I ask for it 80% lean, 20% fat to make sure they're really delicious and moist. But you can really use any premium grass-fed beef. Just like with everything else, I don't like ingredients that sort of overpower the main ingredient. I really want this to taste like absolutely delicious hamburgers. And I really think olive oil, mustard, salt, and pepper really just does that. I've invited 5 friends to the beach. Michael and Jim offered to do the setup. I mean, who would turn that down? I don't know. If it were me, it would probably be a barbecue, a beach blanket, and friends. But something tells me it's going to be a little fancier than that. If there's anything that can make a good burger into a really great one, it's a big pile of caramelized onions on the top. So I've got 2 pounds of onions sliced thin. I'm just going to sauteing them until they're golden and melting. I'm going to make them sweet and sour, but more of that later. Let me show you how I got here. All I did was pour 2 tablespoons of good olive oil in a large pot and added 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Then I tumbled in 2 pounds of yellow onions that were sliced into half rounds and 1/2 teaspoon of roughly chopped fresh thyme leaves. Then gave it a stir and left it to saute gently for 30 minutes. See what I mean about simple? No fancy ingredients, anything you get in the grocery store, simple procedure, and you end up with something absolutely delicious. Oh, it's getting to be nice and golden brown. And now for the vinegar part. I just think the sweetness of the onions is great with a little hit of vinegar. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of sherry vinegar. It's a great counterpoint for onions. And just cook it for about 2 minutes until the vinegar is really absorbed. A teaspoon of salt. I want to make sure they're perfectly seasoned. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I love the vinegar when it hits the hot pan. The other thing it does is it deglazes the pan. So any sort of brown bits that stick to the pan are now absorbed into the onions. It's got all the flavor. It's so good. These are looking awfully good. Just make sure they're good. Warm vinegar is fantastic. That's going to be really good on a hamburger. Okay, that's done. I'm just going to put them in a container. Next, I'm going to make all the ingredients for clams with basil breadcrumbs. I'm going to take everything to the beach. This is going to be one great barbecue. Back to basics. The beach, good friends, glass of wine, and hamburgers. I mean, life doesn't get any better than this.
Can't get any better. I love English muffins and burgers.
Me too. I'm so glad you do. There's something about the combination. It's like the perfect thing. Grilled English muffins.
Yes.
Yes. I think the hamburgers are done. I'm just going to heat up the caramelized onions. I make slowly caramelized onions with a little bit of cherry vinegar for the top of the burgers. Heat them up. Okay, everybody, burgers are ready. But I know nobody really wants one, right? Hurry before Michael and I eat them all. No.
Ooh, English muffins, my fave.
Caramelized onions?
Yes, all around.
All around. Oh, fab. Whoa. Fantastic. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. And the good news is the fun doesn't stop. We're making s'mores.
Oh, no.
Yay!